So like most people think philosophy is about textbooks, theory, and crazy shit. For me and Valentine is about to tell you that philosophy is for survival.
Yeah.
So here is 10 lessons from Marcus Aurelius and how two Nigerian students actually apply it in their everyday lives. Thank you, Valentine, for being on the show.
Anytime again, my bro.
Alright, let's begin this thing. There's this the first thing that Marcus said was something about the power of the perception, like how you see things, how you interpret each event. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, man. As we know, like Baba Marcos, right? The grandfather of basically the grandfather of everything we're saying. Yeah. So, like, so goes to the point that almost everything we get from him, everything he says,
Yeah,
is smart and genius for some
yeah,
reason. But like this particular one you said about perception,
yeah,
right? It's very important, and I want to ensure that this video is tailored particularly for like students
yeah,
our age and students at our level.
yeah,
I find like most things can be interpreted in a million ways,
yeah.
right? And we as students many times or many a time tend to
Interpret it the wrong
in
way.
the wrong way or
I
like
can
some kind
totally
of
relate to this.
yeah, it's a kind of like societal way or how I look,
Mm,
how I'm being perceived, what my classmates think, what my colleagues think, and all of that. Although all that is fine, right?
mm,
You shouldn't also be a like a hermit where you know you like
don't care.
isolate yourself from the world, but at the same time, the stoic principle,
Mm,
since that's what we're talking about today, is essentially for you to uh, control your perception of things,
yeah.
like ensure that everything you, how do I put this now? Every,
Everything. Like this, what you're trying to say, like
yeah.
how this what happened to me before I came to
Okay,
university.
you
Like
can experience that's better.
so, right. When before I got admission,
Yeah.
right, after I wrote jam, results came out on everything. I realized I had a problem with my name.
With your
Name,
okay,
like my name, the name that jam captured,
okay,
and it was not the same with the one on my NIN.
yeah,
So there was this
issue,
issue, right?
yeah,
So for a moment, the jam when I went to jam office, they were like, the only way for you to like correct this thing is to rewrite another jam,
yo,
like rewrite another jam. So my brain was like, spend another year at home.
shoot,
Like that was out of the question. Like
yeah,
never an option, never what I thought. So if for a moment I was just thinking about this, spending 1 year, my mates will move forward, I'll be back, and my life will, like for a moment, I guess I thought my life was over just because of this tiny issue.
yeah,
But then my mom gave me different interpretation of it. Okay, you're staying 1 year. It's not the end of the world. You can learn multiple skills during this 1 year. You can focus more on your basketball training because at that time I was playing hard. You can use this time to develop yourself for university, even make money before you
yeah,
end.
yeah,
So like just changing the interpretation of that event
yeah.
completely changed reality. And I was just calm.
On that point, I actually zoned out some minutes ago because I did not know the exact example to give. Because with stuff like this, I'm careful not to be too like vulnerable. I don't want to like there's some things I can't say, but say that's why I didn't know what to say. But the point, like to follow up, like to seek out from what you were saying, is a common perception issue students
Yeah.
are age, even in our class with them obviously experience
Yeah.
with grades and results,
Yeah.
right? Not the truth, let's just face reality,
Mm.
right? It's not in every situation that you will get your desired results,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes like things cannot, time factor, several
Mm.
many factors can make you work for a certain end and
Mm.
not get it right. You worked very hard for an A,
Yeah.
come on, you got a B, got a
Yeah.
C, right? As bad as that is, I'm not going to now um, claim, oh, be happy with that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
you actually work hard, so you have all rights to feel. But your perception of the particular event now
Yeah.
should be controlled. You shouldn't snowball into like depression
Yeah,
or start
yeah.
thinking you're not smart,
You're not good
thinking
enough.
you're not good enough.
Yeah,
Right? It's just like we said in the previous video,
Yeah.
right? It's just a grade.
It's
Right?
just a
You
grade.
worked very hard. If you worked very hard for it,
Yeah.
exactly. I think to answer this question in conclusion, to move to the next is
Mm.
if you worked very hard for it,
Yeah.
you should perceive it as you have done your bit,
You controlled what
you
you could.
controlled what you could, and what happened. If you didn't work very hard for it, beautiful. That is an opportunity for you to learn and see that okay, what I did last time did not get me a grade. If I want this grade, I need to like
Start
stop and
working
stuff.
hard.
So like either way, just like control your perception of things. Don't let things control how you
Yeah.
perceive them.
This thing I just say reminds me of like the next lesson,
Yeah.
which is to stay in the present moment, to live in the present moment. As people normally, spiral into thinking about the they think about the future. Wetin go
Yeah.
happen, wetin go happen, I go make am,
Yeah.
I go get Ferrari, all these kind of things.
Yeah.
Or
Rolls
think
Royce.
about the past, I messed up, this, that. And they just zone out of the present moment. Life is happening to them right there. And they don't, stay in that moment. The past is gone.
Yep.
Future, uncertain. Beautiful. But you have the present moment,
Yeah.
which is your point of power.
Yeah.
And one way to stay in the present moment is something called, I think, the five senses technique.
Yeah.
Like you name five things you can touch, like you touch a table, touch this drink, I touch Valentine, and then you name five things you can see, name one thing you can taste. You notice that your senses will just lock into the present moment. And like try that and do something like study.
Yeah.
It will be better than for you to be thinking of the future. Like most times, before I used to, when I'm studying, I would just spiral into the future. This thing I did read, will I get an E? As in, how it go be for example? Instead of this, like focus on the studying that I'm doing right there and there. The market said we should confine ourselves to the present moment.
Yep. To add to that, like you said in the previous video, because I believe the previous video, if your audience would remember, you guys should watch the previous video.
For real.
Right.
For real.
If you haven't already, the previous video, I think we laid a foundation for the basic tenets of stoicism and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like if you watch that, you would see that, or you would remember. And we spoke about reason and like nature, like walking in line with nature. And the truth is that nature operates in the present. I understand the inclination of us humans to like foresee, like you said, you're studying and thinking, go get A. Or like something that even happened in the past. I didn't do well in that course. Or even particularly positive, I got an A, I'm the man, right? Like it's important if you think about it broadly enough. Like I said before, like what matters is your virtue. Like we'll obviously get to the virtue talk later. Let's not jump there, but like it's what matters is like the present. Like you're living in the now. And it's only the things you do now that actually matters. Because these are the things you can control.
Okay, now in the present moment, what stands before you? Challenges.
Yep.
Challenges. Marcus Aurelius says we should embrace adversity, like embrace challenges. That thing sounds weird. Embrace difficulty, as in that sounds as fun as eating sand. Like it just be like say chop sand, like, but like here, chill with me. The idea of embracing challenges is to see them as an opportunity for growth and learning rather than suffering.
Yeah, because what really is a challenge? What really is a challenge? Like it still falls back to the thing we are saying before about perception. Like a thing you might look at as a challenge. Okay, name one challenge and I'll show you how it's probably not a challenge.
Okay, now when I wanted to start my podcast,
this is one.
I had nothing. Like nothing, no perception, I've not done a podcast. But fortunately I had Michelle, so I asked myself, if I want to start my own podcast, what do I need? I wanted to start with an audio only podcast, but I switched to video.
Okay.
I thought of getting a camera. I saw the price, 500k and above. I was like, geez, out of the question. Then I looked, I have a phone that has a decent camera. Okay, we're moving. Okay, I can't be telling someone to hold my phone. I need a tripod and I need a LED light or something.
Yeah, something.
So these were my obstacles. These were my challenges.
Exactly.
Right?
So like drawing from that, sorry to cut you short, like drawing from that, we find that like ideally to the average person, seeing this kind of situation where I want to start a podcast and you hear that 500k, bro,
they don't run.
They don't forget
the idea.
But like the principle you are trying to establish here is that when you spot a challenge, usually the challenges in most realms, they appear like, even I'm sure before you gain admission in law, like law is heaven and earth. You will die. You will read
Yeah.
book and die.
No,
And you
no.
you're getting your age, you're doing your thing,
Yeah.
right? So like at first, these challenges have a way of looking
Big.
greater than thou, right?
Mm.
Unfathomable,
Mm.
in unattainable,
Yes.
essentially. So the principle you're establishing is to face them head on,
Yeah.
and when you face them, you find that these things are just
Small.
everyday, like things you can hurdles you can easily jump over.
Yeah.
So that should be the mindset in every single challenge you
Yeah.
experience.
So this, as I was saying, this challenge of not having any equipment,
Yeah.
I sat down myself. I was like, okay, how much? The thing is, how can I get this thing?
Hmm.
I went into the adversity. I went
Yeah.
into the challenge, right?
Yeah. Head on.
And then I realized, okay, I can't just ask maybe my dad to just give me the whole money.
Yeah.
Like it's too much. So I asked my dad, I asked my mom, I asked my uncle, I asked all that sort of stuff, and I put it together and I bought everything.
Yeah.
Some persons, right, may see I don't have this, I don't have that, and just back off.
Yeah.
They don't ask themselves what's the solution here.
Yeah.
So Marcus Aurelius said this, like what stands in the way becomes the way.
Mm.
Whatever blocks you is like what you need to attack.
Yeah.
Just like normal thing, like you want an A, you want a first class. What do you have to do? You have to like win the game of academics,
Yeah.
and you find the effective strategies.
That makes complete sense, my guy. That makes
Mm.
complete sense.
So do you know this intellectually, or have you ever practiced this?
Okay. Yeah. I think it's something because, but again, I'm doing what I always do, and I would always keep doing. Right? Is pointing out this disclaimer.
Mm.
Right? This conversation now, and I actually had a thought over the weekend on like your audience
Yeah.
and the way people would look at kind of things we talk about and things
Yeah.
we talk about and feel, hey, Stephen is like God. right. No. Please, anyone thinking that, please, none of us here, the only it's just two students like
Yeah.
you. You're actually part of this conversation.
Yeah.
Like the third person sat there, right? So nobody knows this like more than the next person.
Yeah.
We're just sharing our lived experiences and all of that. So nobody's a guru. That's what I'm
Nobody,
trying to make.
I'm not a guru
Yeah,
because
yeah,
this one I'm quoting Baba Marcos or
Yeah.
something like. I
Yeah.
just read it and try as much as possible to apply it.
Yeah.
And if it works, I just come out and share it with you. Then.
Exactly. So that is why we're saying that my experience now is my experience. This experience is experience. Your own duty is to essentially hear it, make sense of it, and like try it. And try it in your own life and see how it works for you. It's not some kind of papa saying, son, do this, right?
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yes, I would say largely to the best of my recollection, I have tried to approach this, adopt this mindset of challenges, right? Like once you see at each point, in fact, it's even to a point where if you see two roads, there's a road leading here and there's a road leading here.
Bro,
and
give me
this
an
road
example. Which road are you talking?
Yeah, I'll get there. Like there's a road saying like challenge and easy path. There's always this inclination to go for the more challenging one. Because for many persons now, like I don't know of other people's motivations, because this is a popular question. Why did you choose to study law?
Okay,
Right?
cool.
Yeah. At mine, to give an example to the point I was just trying to make.
Okay.
It's not like I don't want to like sound arrogant or anything, but like there are a number of things I could have studied. And I'm not really like a huge, to be honest, I'm not crazy about the law like that. Like I sleep at night and dream about objection, my lord. Right? Like the passion isn't so crazy.
Yeah.
But it's essentially seeing this as I saw the advantages, of course, how it allows you to be very versatile in the workplace, well read in relevant areas and stuff. And also the career path can be quite lucrative. So aside all of that, I think one of the major motivating factors was the challenge attached to it. There's this conception of you have to get like 300,
No.
which wasn't that difficult. You have to like
read the whole
world and like
before you can become a law
spend like 25 hours in 24 hours reading.
That
was the like idea prior. And I'm like, what?
So basically, you saw it as an opportunity for self-improvement.
There
Like,
you go, bro.
put yourself inside, let's say, a furnace. Like, there's this saying that as a gem cannot be polished without going through like pressure,
There you go, bro.
so as a man cannot be polished without trials.
Yeah, what's your gain having a certain end if you did not like that's I don't know who said this or where I read this, but like the value of wealth many times is not felt if you do not work for it. That's why someone who came from the trenches, who makes it, like he values that millions, his wealth more than some nepo kid or stuff like that. So like there is this is a final note to this, is like you should always strive, like you said, the furnace,
Yes.
right? Because the aftermath of that furnace is like
Re-
gem, like as you
your
said,
refinement.
yeah, you refine gem, and like
So like you need challenges to
yeah,
actually become, better, stronger, and wiser because it builds resilience. Like you
yeah,
should be strong, you should be tough. So now, that's it. Why did I say so? That's it. I'll go cut that shit.
yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
Go through challenges. It's hard. It's not. It's hard, definitely. There's this thing you can do while inside the quote unquote furnace. That's challenges. It's called gratitude. Like
Yeah,
it sounds. People overlook this thing, this practice of gratitude, but it's actually something that has the power of changing your life. Gratitude is not, extremely thinking positively. Okay, think good, think good. No, it means like to, take good, the good alongside the bad. Like like now you dey get sleepless nights and everything. You dey read, you dey try, meet up, and you think like you might not meet up, so you start thinking of bad things. But if you go back to gratitude, okay, I'm studying law.
yeah,
Nobody got. Some people dreamt of this but didn't get it. Didn't get this opportunity that I have. I have food to eat. Certain people don't. I have a brain that can even, has the capacity to study law. Like when you have a family that loves me and all, like
yeah,
when you go back to gratitude, like the difficulty, I just seems less. As in, you can handle stress better
yeah, yeah,
when you go back to gratitude. And one of like the very practical ways to do is to, get what do you call this thing? A gratitude journal.
yeah, gratitude journal.
Like every day, every morning, like the way you pray, most people pray. Like it's not just to say it as in like the rehearsed.
You have to be
It's just,
intentional about
yes,
it.
like actually think, okay, what am I grateful for? Okay, I'm grateful that I got up from bed. Like my legs are moving. Cause bro, as sometimes when I maybe play too much basketball, like my legs are paining
Yeah,
me. I
yeah,
couldn't
of
get
course,
up.
can understand,
So I understand like the value of moving. So keep a gratitude journal.
yeah, I completely agree with that. And yeah, 100%, 100%. I think you've said a lot of again, but like to chip into that, I would say, at least for me, there are like a million things to be grateful for,
Yeah.
right? You cannot, like you mentioned, school, family, loved ones, but like one that stands out to me that I feel every single person should have conscious, like should be conscious about
About it.
is health, bro. Bro, like I don't know where I saw this. I saw this like
For real,
of
for real, for real.
this book here. Where like we all have a million problems until we
Yeah.
have a single health problem.
For real.
When you have a single health problem,
Every
you
other thing
discover
is,
like all your problems just vanish.
and it's only
Like,
this
like
one problem.
yeah, just you don't realize like none of these things are actually problems.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that you're either locked down in the hospital, you're getting your foot amputated.
Yeah.
Like one that totally freaks me out like till these days, me getting blind.
Kai,
I actually
crazy.
cannot like conjecture
Or like
all that
comprehend like
comprehend the like life of, but let's not like
go there, but
digress so much. But you get the point, right? I
Mm.
think amongst everything you should be grateful for
with your health.
your health, even for those, because I was there might be what viewers here who are probably sick, right? Or even all of that. Like you are probably Christian. I don't know your religion at all, but like even within your religion, within all of that, be
Yeah.
grateful. Like so long as you're not crazily hospitalized,
Yes.
or having your foot, your leg, your arm amputated,
Yeah.
like you cannot breathe. You're using
Oxygen.
oxygen. Like people have health issues. Trust me. Like go
Yeah.
to like war-torn countries like Iran and all of that. You see persons that like
Even okay, reasonable security. There's security issue in the country, but like
yeah.
we go to school. Like during a military, like now in Iran, in
Yeah.
Pakistan during the war, nobody goes. Schools are used as what do you call it?
Refugee camps.
Refugee camps, precisely. Though we are going to school despite people being kidnapped. So there's a lot of things to be grateful for,
Yeah, man.
and
So
like just think of okay, look at the bad, look at the good, and to like buttress this Baba Marcos.
yeah, Baba Marcos.
Baba Marcos. He
Yeah.
said, whenever you wake up in the morning, think about what it is, like the privilege that it is to live, to
Yeah.
love, to think, to do everything, to enjoy life. And another thing he also said, he says that we should not engage in dreams of having things that we do not possess.
Yeah.
Because like in modern world, you open your phone, you see somebody, your mate driving
A Rolls Royce.
JLK, you're there like, oh, I don't even get bicycle. Like you feel inadequate for no reason. But like Marcus says, we should not dream of things that we do not have,
Hmm.
but we should think about the things that we do have, and then remind ourselves how we would crave for them if we did not have them.
Like
Like,
we said in the last video, you done? Are you on that point?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Like we said in the last video, which I think might have gone unnoticed,
yeah.
is the fact that most people is it, and I get it, right? Because life moves on very
Mm.
quickly. Like most people forget how, like, say, fortunate we are to be in this part of the world.
Mm. For
No wars,
no wars, no
no natural
natural disaster.
disasters.
Yeah,
No matter how we complain about government or more, the government is still functioning. No worry,
yeah,
if they complain, you go see government when they function.
bro.
Like I'm not defending the current
Country, yeah, man.
the regime, right?
Yeah.
It's far from where it should be.
Yeah,
But more guy, you still have like there is still some form of social cohesion. You can still
Yeah.
go to the market and buy things. Things still have a cost increasing for no reason. I heard fuel now is like 1.6 KDF, but
it's
anyways,
crazy. It's
anyways,
crazy.
like it's messed up and all, but like at least it's still functioning poorly, but functioning. There are societies that are like I don't know how much you know about the whole Venezuelan and the Venezuelan issue
Yes, yes,
and all of that. Like imagine that's what you call a corrupt regime,
Yes.
right? Like
Well-
Tinubu is. I didn't mention anybody's name. Look that part out. The current regime is terrible and all, but like almost things are still happening as
Yeah.
things are about.
Like you can still call your mom and
Yeah,
she
you can
answers the phone.
So like the point I'm trying to make with that is that we forget how fortunate we are.
Yeah.
It's important we recall.
Yeah.
So it at each point or more. Thank God I can sleep without hearing a bomb blast outside.
For real.
Thank God I can be here without fear of like a volcanic eruption here,
Yes.
earthquake, a tornado, something
Or
like that.
a flood.
Tsunami, yeah,
Even, yeah,
flood,
Enugu,
even
there's no
the
flood in
barest
Enugu.
flood, okay, flood, small
In
flood in
Enugu.
Lagos, yeah. But
Yeah.
like, is that even like it's infinitesimal compared
Mm.
to like,
What the hell is infinitesimal?
sorry, that was a stupid word. Just forget what I said. It's like it's tiny,
Yeah,
it's
yes,
tiny,
yes.
like it's tiny compared to
What happens in
like Asian countries and places like Vietnam and stuff like that.
tsunamis?
So, tsunamis, you get so. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the point.
This is what we just said. It connects to this another thing that Baba Marcus said.
Yeah.
We should focus on what we can control.
Yep.
This one is like the core, how do I put this?
Yeah,
Which
like-
analogy is perfect? It's
Yeah,
like,
like-
Gary in the sugar. It's like in the sugar. It's
I
like
mean,
the sugar in the Gary. Like yes, this is the sugar in the Gary of
Yeah.
stoicism. Like focus on what you can control. Like let's be honest. You can't control the economy. You can't control the government. Like you can't snap your finger and then Tinubu just starts doing the right thing. The prices
Yeah.
start going down. Everything starts flowing. You can also little things. You can also control like the opinions of others. You do something. Everybody's always going to have an opinion about whatever you do.
Yeah.
That's why you should always focus on what you can control.
Yep.
Because focusing on like now people like most persons, some people, they get annoyed, they get pissed off for worrying about things they can't control, like the economy, like fuel,
Yeah.
and it's like just pushing a wall that will not move.
Yeah.
And the other thing is stressful. That's stressful. Like let's bring it down to something even more easy. Like trying to arguing with your friend, trying to prove your point.
Yeah.
If that person doesn't want to change his opinion or position, no matter
Or
how
at least
much-
get your point.
yeah, we'll get to your point.
Yeah.
Guy, you're wasting your energy.
Just work on man.
So Baba Marcos, right? He said we should focus on what we can control, which is our actions, our responses to the external things, the economy, people's opinions, whatever, and our thoughts. This thing is, if you just see it like this, just 3 to 4 things we can control, right?
Yeah.
It looks small, but focusing on these things actually gives us peace.
Yeah.
It relieves burden of worrying about what you can't control. Even like now, you're worrying about things you can't control. Here's a practical step.
Yeah.
I've said it in the last episode, like get a sheet of paper, draw two circles. In one, write what you can control. In the other, write what you cannot control. But you're worried about like the economy, and just focus on your reaction. That is just to be calm, not how would I become. No, practice acceptance. Acceptance. Like you can't control it. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
control it, bro.
Yeah, man, I completely agree yet again, right? And for context too, because we've been saying a lot of Baba Marcos, right?
Yeah.
Just for the listener who probably
Yeah.
doesn't know who that is, that's like a
Roman
old ancient
ancient.
Roman emperor,
Mm.
Marcus Aurelius to be precise, was
Mm.
his name. And he's not the founder of Stoicism actually,
Yeah,
but
but
many will consider him
the most
the
prominent.
most prominent or like the pace setter for the entire Stoic philosophy because of the heights of which he practiced it, right?
Yeah.
Practiced it as an emperor. Imagine, because this thing is very easy for us to say as students
Students.
who
Mm.
like our life is basically average.
Yeah.
Being the freaking emperor,
Like
so much. And
like
for context,
Mm.
I think this was like the early ages now, probably around like 500, the early 500s, all of that. Like, you need to understand that Rome, as of the time, comprised the whole of the world. Now, as of
yes.
then, they hadn't discovered like the full globe, like
Yeah,
Africa, Asia, all of that.
Yes.
So, to the best of their understanding, if you had authority over Rome, you're
Yeah.
basically the president of
Of
Earth,
the world.
essentially, right? So, imagine with that power, you could literally do and undo
Yes.
without no recourse to no one, no penalty.
Yes.
Like kind of like the power of the attorney general.
Yes.
Like
He was
very,
a god.
he was
Basically,
essentially a god,
he was a god.
right? So imagine all of that. So I'm saying all of this for context. So I'm saying, oh, who is this guy? Why the hell should we listen to
Yeah.
some Marcus guy?
Marius,
Yeah, I remember even myself when I even started this whole philosophy thing, and it was very cringe to me. I'm like, guy, what is one? Just live your life. Don't be all this
Yeah.
philosophy guy.
Yeah.
You can arrest, right? And when I've listened to this person, for all I know, it could be fake.
Yes.
But like, I won't go into all of that now because of casting purpose of this video. But like, there's evidence to show this person was a real person.
Yes.
He's made his diary, which was of course wasn't supposed to be published.
He wanted to trade. He
Actually,
born it when he died.
this is just his personal thought. That's how it's very authentic.
Yeah.
Lots of historians have corroborated the fact that this was his personal thoughts, and he gave us the insights to his mind, and that is why he's so respected now.
Yes.
So that's just for context. So the point you're making now about controlling or focusing on things you can control, like you said, it is the sugar in the Gary, right? It
The
is
sugar in the Gary for stoicism.
yeah, I feel like we've said this at this point maybe a million times, but it's still worth saying again. Because not only is it the most important, I would argue. Sorry, I want to make some crazy noise. I would argue that it's probably the hardest part too.
Yeah.
Because I imagine your listener, if they're still listening, will be like, these two foolish people. Right? I never chops this money. I never chops this money. They tell me say we can do philosophy. If you don't come up for that place, right? I get all of that, and I feel that way. Still feel that way many a time when I hear people ramble about philosophy. But you need to understand, if anything, say, believe it or not, it's actually more practical than your forget about it energy, right? It's actually more practical because the truth is that that's your okay. Let's take for example the student that probably hasn't eaten or something.
Yes.
The truth, okay, that's an extreme example, but I'll still use it regardless because it's true. There are persons that go through all of that, right? Like the truth is that it's not to a large extent. It's not in your control to be like the next guy who has
everything.
That rich classmate that has all the money and all of that, right? Has a car and all of that, right? It's not in your control to do that. So you're not doing yourself a service. Like you're doing yourself a huge disservice by like sitting saying, okay, screw those philosophy guys. Look at my classmate there, using an iPhone 17 Pro Max, has a car, blah 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 blah. Like you can't control any of that. Practically speaking, that does not help you. And believe it or not, this is what even if it's not at that level. To an extent, most students find themselves in this, in that setting, that lacuna of just trying to like
what you're saying. Like this reminds me of another, philosopher like similar to Baba Marcos. His name is Epictetus, bro. Like funny thing, Epictetus was born a slave, as in slavery, not houseboy, slavery, as in don't have any rights. You're just they tell you
slavery, slavery in like ancient Rome was crazy.
It was they flog you, but
you have no rights. You're basically like a less human.
But at the end, he turned out to be like one of the best teachers of history because he embodied these principles of focusing what he could control. He understood this thing of stoicism. You align with nature, like let me even use like this metaphor. Like Stoicism see the world as a stage,
Mm.
and then wherever nature pleases you, maybe it's
Beautiful.
a slave.
Beautiful.
He
Beautiful
sees the
analogy.
okay, not even a stage. Let's say a body. There's a whole body. You have arms, you have legs. There's the organs, there's the tissues, there's the cell. Okay, nature places you as the butt, the buttocks, right?
Booty.
To right, the booty, whatever, to like shit, to produce excreta.
Jesus.
Stoicism says that you should do it to the best of your abilities.
As funny as that analogy is, actually very true.
Yes,
It's very
because you
funny,
are
but very
functioning
true.
as part of the whole.
Yeah.
Just like okay,
You should not envy the arm.
yes, you
You
should
should
not
not
envy
envy
the
the
arm.
arm.
The
You should
arm
not,
is the arm. You are the butt. You are the butt. You should do your butt.
you are as important, like you have your, that analogy is very, very funny, but clever and brilliant too, because it depicts the image very, very
Yes.
clearly. Like, if, and it's now getting into like humor, but like it's also very true.
True.
Because if your organs, your different part of your body could talk,
Mm.
right? I want to believe there will not be any envy for any other part,
Yes.
because they would all understand.
I'm meant to do this. Okay.
I think it's even reflected in the Bible, where it's like parts of a body. As Christians, we're almost parts
Of the body.
of a whole body. So like whichever part you are,
Should do it well.
do it well.
Okay, so okay, the world may seem that okay, the better part is to be the rich guy with 60 supercars. No,
No,
the nature of this to you as a student, try and be the best student that you can be, and more as your abilities can will, not envy another person. As
yeah.
so, this thing just make me like bring in this other idea: cultivate virtue.
Yep.
Values.
Next point.
Virtue sounds old fashioned. Virtue.
Sounds very
What do you mean
religious.
virtuous? We'll do good, fashy, bad now.
Let's be saints and holy forever and
Yes,
ever.
let's be sense.
Amen.
Let's go.
That's not what it means.
No. Right? Like virtue for the Stoics, right? It includes wisdom,
Yeah.
justice, courage, and discipline.
Yeah, or temperance.
Yes.
In different readings, in different
So-
things, but like yeah.
Like the Stoics believe that building these virtues is the goal of life. Like how do I put it? Anything that happens, small, big, whatever, you should respond with one or all of these virtues.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to start a business. I'm scared. Courage tells you, come on, do that thing.
Yeah.
Or let's do something so basic in class. Some people are afraid to speak up.
Yeah.
Like when I adopted students, I was scared to speak up in class. But the virtue of courage says, come on, do that thing. Like do it because it's good. And then, bro, like now my hand just goes up like automatically. I don't will it, it just boom, and I speak up. So like when you focus on virtue, building virtue, wisdom helps you to discern what is rubbish, discern like manipulative people, or justice, treat people kindly. Like this is so important. Like even if people will not, return the favor,
Yeah.
most times just treat people kindly. And temperance, discipline,
Yeah.
lust. People are, subject to lust, mostly guys, girls too. Temperance will tell you to control yourself.
Mm.
And
Do everything in moderation.
yes, let it be moderate. And one way you can like reduce lust, like control it is to starve it. Like now, some dudes or females watch porn. I mean, it's tempting, as in you do it and you get pleasure, dopamine, whatever. But like after it, you feel like trash. Like you feel like your dignity is gone.
Yep.
Like if you get okay, me, I've watched porn before. What made me, leave it completely is when after I did it, I felt like empty, like
Mm.
freaking empty, and it pissed me off. I felt like I was fooled.
Yeah. Bro, you're making a very like a valid point.
Like
And
a
to like
play
to
fool.
yeah,
Huh?
to add to the entire point of like virtue.
Mm.
Because I feel like for the listeners, obviously, we are also, like, this is a conversation between me, you, and our guy, right?
Okay.
Or girl.
Yeah.
So like I want to ensure like this is effective because most persons know they should be good.
Yeah.
Because the listener is asking, okay, of course I know I should be like
Yeah,
if you
sure.
if you have the bare minimum Sunday school like background or childhood, you
Yeah.
would understand like you should have wisdom,
Yeah.
all of it. But like I feel the area where stoicism stands out with regards to virtue is not just that you should be virtue. He's saying that your virtue should be your meaning.
Mm.
Let me break that down. For the average, for a non-stoic, okay, let's make it very, very simple and practical. This is a stoic man. This is a non-stoic person. For the non-stoic person, most of us will just like, do good for doing good sake. Right? I'm supposed to be good. I'm supposed to be virtuous. I'm supposed to be wise, temperance, and all of that stuff you mentioned. And as many as you can, all the fruits of the spirit you have in your Bible, right? Because there are more. Like you can actually see, Stoicism just has 4. The Bible has like I think 12 of them or something. So like, but for the Stoic, and this is where it gets interesting. You derive your meaning. Remember, we were speaking about things of control. We spoke about control. Spoken about not comparison, making comparisons. We spoken about all these things, gratitude, all this stuff. Like all of that leads to this because instead of deriving meaning from I want to be like this person. I want to like hit this result. I want to have believe it or not, I want to have a first class. I want to do this. I want to own a skyscraper. All this shit, man. Instead of deriving meaning from that, you derive meaning from I exercised virtue. I was wise. I was like these things.
I was
like
courageous.
I was courageous.
I spoke up in class. That exemplifies courage.
That very act. It's kind of like you get a medal. Like an invisible medal for
yourself.
For yourself. Like no one is giving you that.
It gives you a quiet strength. It's not loud. Like it's so comforting.
And for the record, it's not something that would start overnight. Right? It's not like you just watch this video tomorrow. You are Marcus Aurelius Jr. Right? It doesn't work that way. Right? I think it's constant practice. I'm far from where I want to be. In terms of like stoicism and all of that, but like it's constant practice. Constant like reminding yourself each point that it's not like my grade doesn't define me. My wealth status doesn't define me. That I don't live in the Bahamas. Or I don't go on vacations. Every other holiday doesn't define me, right? What defines me is, was I respectful to this person? Was I wise when I was given the opportunity to be wise? Was I courageous when I should have,
spoke up for something,
done something courageous? So like those things can go to bed feeling fulfilled when you are without having all the wealth or all the whatever aspirations you have.
Like the beautiful thing about like cultivating virtue. If you focus on cultivating virtue, like just embodying this virtue, like living it, would make you get all these things, wealth. You'll be doing vacations, whatever. It will automatically come to you. Most like people who embody stoicism probably become leaders, entrepreneurs, and all that. See Kobe Bryant, he's a stoic, quote unquote. Even Stephen Bartlett, he acknowledges stoic principles and see where he is. So let's try and cultivate virtue.
I think that's like
we get class right now. I ain't gonna lie.
I think that's like a very beautiful place to like sum everything up. Virtue, right? The takeaway to anyone listening. And doesn't even, you know what? To make this like super duper practical, it doesn't have to be like streamlined to what Marcus Aurelius says. If you are mature, if you are above 10 years old, listening to this, you know things that are right to do. Like virtue, let's not streamline it to what meditation. Meditation is Marcus Aurelius' book, by the way. Like not just what he stipulates. As many things you find right, don't just do them because I'm supposed to do for good. It is for God. It's better to do it. No, do it and derive meaning from it. And like feel satisfied, feel rich. Like those things should gather, kind of like a game where you gather like gain points, gain coins. That's your wealth. It's fascinating, and you should look this up and learn more about it. Probably I'm saying rubbish. I'm saying complete nonsense, right? Don't take my word for it. Right? Look it up. Read it up and look up stoicism and find out more about this virtue and adopt it if you want.
If what we said so far made sense.
But if not rubbish, just come out and don't even listen at all.
Now. Right. Someone just like end with tweeting one of Baba Marcos's famous quotes now.
Give them.
So Marcus said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one.
Power.
Like just be one. Don't argue. Just be one.
That makes complete sense.
Let's get out of here and go to class.